Good. Good to see you back.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Mario, hello again. Regina. Camila, how are things up there? Or
Okay.
down there? I don't know.
What? Sorry.
I said, how are things up there? But then I thought, no, now I am up here. So you're down there, understand?
No, I don't understand. Sorry, teacher.
Usually in English, when you
Hmm.
talk to somebody that is in the north, you say, hey,
Okay.
up there,
Sim. Yes, yes.
okay?
Yes,
But I realized that
Yeah.
I am in the north now. For me, now
yes.
you are in the south,
Oh,
okay?
yes. I
So I
understand
changed it. I said, how are things down there, okay?
now. Okay.
Is everything all right?
Yes, teacher. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, hello again, Oscar. How are you doing, my
Okay,
brother? Fine.
okay, my brother. I'm fine, and you, teacher?
Very well, very well. Thank you. Okay. Well, yesterday I noticed that it was catastrophic, the reading, okay? I couldn't sleep at night. I thought, oh my gosh, what is the problem with my students? Are they afraid of snakes that they don't want even
Oh,
to mention the python, the Burmese pythons? I couldn't
Roberto,
understand.
how
Yeah.
many small snack? Wow.
Yeah, just small, like 3 meters. What
Small.
is this? This is nothing.
Yes.
Okay, six
Ah,
meters, 5 meters. Okay.
like a minhoca.
Yeah, it's Oscar. Oscar, you got it from my mouth. I was going to say it's just like a big worm.
Yeah.
Minhoca in English is worm. Okay.
Warm.
Yes. But the moment I was going to say it, you said it before. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the same idea. It's like I was going to say it's a big worm, and you said, like a
Ah,
minhoca. Yes, exactly. Okay.
warm.
Okay. Very good. Well, anyway, we are going to finish that, and hopefully you will be able to finish reading without as many problems as yesterday because it was difficult. Burmese python. Okay,
Burmese python. Yeah.
nobody practically could say the name of this beautiful snake. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes another one that had a hard time yesterday. I made her suffer a lot. Our friend from Salvador, Bahia. Hello, Cecilia.
Hi, teacher.
How are you, my dear?
Good. Thank you.
Yes, today you're feeling very energetic. Yes?
So.
So. Okay. So, Cecilia, I'm willing to give you a second chance to listen to the snakes and the right pronunciation of the snakes and the Burmese python. Okay. So,
Okay.
after that, I don't want to see any more suffering. So try to read along as you listen. So maybe you can get the right pronunciation, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Without suffering. Because yesterday, as I said, not only you, everyone was catastrophic, okay? Oscar and I were discussing what is the problem just because of a big worm, okay?
Yeah, big worm.
Yeah, it seems that all the girls were afraid of the snake. They couldn't even say the
It's
name.
a
Yes,
pet
teacher.
big
Afraid
worm.
of nails.
Yeah, it's just a little pet, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
little pet.
You can keep one inside of your apartment. The only problem is you cannot have a dog or a cat, okay? Because
Now I'm out. Now I am out.
yes, okay, because they can eat your dog or your cat,
Yeah,
okay?
yes. Yes.
That's the problem, the only problem, okay? But there is no records that a python has ever eaten a man or even a woman, okay? So it's not a problem, okay? All right, I'm going to play it again. I want you to listen. Maybe you will find the new words that you have not asked it, or maybe that you don't understand. And the most important, I want you to pay attention to the pronunciation, right? Okay, ready? Can we
Ready.
go?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, remember, it's just a snake.
Pythons Invade the Florida Everglades by Readworks. When Tommy Owen, a tour guide in the Everglades National Park, saw the animal, he immediately went after it. Owen was giving a tour of Florida's famous national park wetlands. He and a group of tourists were floating in a boat through the shallow water that makes up the Everglades. One of the women in the boat he was steering saw a snake in the water. She got Tommy's attention and pointed the snake out to him. When Tommy saw the snake, he acted fast. He reached into the water and grabbed the animal by the head. He got a good grip and didn't let go. Tourists in the boat were worried when the snake wrapped itself around Tommy's arm. After several minutes, he got control of the animal and removed it from the water. The snake was a 10-foot-long Burmese python. It was a snake not native to Burma, and, quite simply, it didn't belong there. The Florida Everglades teems with life. Situated at the southern end of the state, between Lake Okeechobee and the Gulf Coast, the Everglades is the largest wilderness east of the Mississippi River. Migratory and wading birds tiptoe through marshy grasslands. Orchids and ferns dot the hardwood forests. Alligators lounge in the shallows and on muddy riverbanks. Mangrove leaves rustle in the wind as the brackish water laps at their roots. All of this life is made possible by the presence of water. The Everglades is a natural region of subtropical wetlands. Water flows from the Kissimmee River into the wide, shallow Lake Okeechobee. From there, the lake drains south into the Everglades Marsh and the Florida Flats. The Everglades is sometimes called the River of Grass, after a book of the same name by author Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. The phrase illustrates the fact that the Everglades is basically a very wide and shallow river. The Florida Everglades once covered 11,000 square miles across the southern end of the state. Wetlands are an important ecosystem. For centuries, however, humans thought of wetlands as unhygienic swamps. Draining the Everglades was suggested in the late 19th century. As soon as Florida became a state in 1845, its legislature asked permission from Congress to drain the Everglades. Canals were dug to remove or redirect the water. Land that dried out was reclaimed for agriculture or building purposes. This reclamation allowed for significant development in South Florida. Sugar farmers moved into the area and prospered. The city of Miami took root. Approximately 50% of the Everglades was reclaimed for agriculture or urban use. Much of the northern area was polluted with phosphorus. The phosphorus was agricultural runoff from the farms near the Everglades. Concerned Floridians began advocating for saving the area in the 1930s. Their efforts paid off in 1947 when Congress created the Everglades National Park. Starting in the late 1970s, environmental concerns at both the national and international levels refocused attention on the Everglades. The area was designated as one of the world's most important wetland areas. Since then, efforts have been underway to safeguard the park and return the Everglades to health. Water levels are monitored, as are nutrient levels in both water and soil samples. Much of the conservation project was designed to reverse engineer the canal system that was built in the 19th and mid-20th centuries. By the mid-2010s, ecological indicators showed some improvements. For example, the crawfish population was up. Wading and migratory birds improved their nesting habits. Despite conservation efforts, the Everglades ecosystem began facing another threat in the early 2000s. Burmese pythons were breeding in the Everglades, and they reached numbers that designated them as an invasive species. They were classified as an invasive species when their population swelled to a large size. Pythons are eating machines. They can eat animals of different sizes, from mice to deer. They especially enjoy dining on small mammals and birds. Studies have shown that since the appearance of Burmese pythons in the Everglades, the numbers of small mammals in the area dropped significantly. This population loss was not observed in areas where the Burmese python had not established itself. The Burmese python is native to tropical and subtropical zones in Southeast Asia. In their native habitat, Burmese pythons are nocturnal carnivores. When they live close to human habitations, Burmese pythons eat rats, mice, and rabbits that are attracted to human dwellings and farms. They can also eat small farm animals like chickens. When they live away from human habitations, Burmese pythons eat birds and small wild mammals. The Burmese python is a solitary animal. It kills by constricting its body around its prey. Python eggs and hatchlings are a food source for other animals. In the wild, Burmese pythons grow to be, on average, 12 feet long. Habitat loss and the exotic pet trade in Asia are depleting the Burmese python's numbers in the Asian wild. The first Burmese python was found in the Florida Everglades in 1979. It's presumed the animal was originally kept as a pet and then released by its owner. It was removed, but that wasn't the last of Burmese pythons in South Florida. It's thought that numerous Burmese pythons escaped pet stores and cages damaged in Hurricane Andrew in 1992. Since then, the numbers of Burmese pythons grew at a fast rate. The escaped Burmese pythons weren't the only cause of the most recent population increase of Burmese pythons. In the United States, the Burmese python was a popular exotic pet. Docile and beautifully patterned in brown and gold diamond shapes, these snakes could be purchased at pet stores or reptile shows. Owners kept them in cages or tanks and fed them rats or mice. Most people bought Burmese pythons when they were small. Burmese pythons grow very quickly. For many pet owners, the pet Burmese pythons became too big to manage, so they released them into the wild. When the Burmese python was designated as an invasive species, many agencies and individuals began trying to put a stop to the python invasion. The National Park Service started a program to study these animals in the Florida Everglades. Park Service scientists implanted tracking devices into 17 large pythons that were later re-released into the wild. They provided scientists with information regarding python behavior. In January 2013 to February 2013, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission ran a contest called the 2013 Python Challenge. The commission issued permits to hunt the snakes within state wildlife managed areas of the Everglades. 68 Burmese pythons were captured. Later, in 2013, Jason Leon was driving in a rural area near Florida City when he spotted a Burmese python's head protruding from the brush. The man was a biologist, and he was familiar with pythons. He approached the snake and pulled it out of the bush. The animal was bigger than he expected. After a struggle with the animal, Leon killed it. The Burmese python was 128 pounds and longer than 18 feet. Leon contacted the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, which agreed to pick up and examine the snake. The snake was found to be the largest ever in the state of Florida. The state later issued a statement. Jason Leon's nighttime sighting and capture of a Burmese python of more than 18 feet in length is a notable accomplishment that set a Florida record. The Florida Wildlife Commission is grateful to him both for safely removing such a large Burmese python and for reporting its capture. Despite these efforts, the population of Burmese pythons continued to grow. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission held another contest in 2016 called the 2016 Python Challenge.
So, what is the name of the snake?
Python.
Burmese
Burmese.
python.
Burmese python.
Python.
Burmese python. Very good.
Burmese.
Burmese python.
Burmese.
Okay, Cecilia.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, guys. It's
Okay.
python.
Python.
Okay. What is the equivalent of the python in Brazil?
Jiboia.
Thank you.
Jarara.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. But the difference is a python is much more beautiful than a jiboia. A jiboia, I think, is a third word snake, okay? It's ugly, okay? But a python is pretty, okay? All right. Where did we stop reading this yesterday? Oh,
When the bird python was designated as an
okay.
invasive species.
I did some research today. You know what? In fact, they mentioned crawfish, but here
Yes.
in the passage is crayfish. But I ended up discovering that nobody really knows the difference between a crayfish and a crawfish. You know, people often confuse because those are two little lobsters. Understand? They are about this big. So, but it's not a lobster. A lobster has the claws, the big claws, and the crayfish or the crawfish, they are smaller, okay? But both are correct, okay? But the biologists don't know exactly which one is one, which one is the other. So if you Google it, like crayfish or crawfish, you will find the same picture, right?
The guy spoke crawfish, yes?
Exactly, yes, because of the W, crawfish,
Yes,
just like in saw, craw. Yeah, but that's what made me confused. Why they said crawfish and they wrote crayfish, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
He-
But
Teacher, here is we know like a Lagostin.
yes, that's what I said. It's a small lobster.
Yes,
Understand? But did you type in English to see the photos? It's the same.
yes.
Crayfish or crawfish are similar. I don't know why they decided to give two names to the same animal, because they cannot differentiate them. Understand? All right. So let's find the part we stopped then. Okay, this part we read. Hatchling, I remember. Okay. So where was it again? I think Camila mentioned.
When the Burmese python was designated as an invasive species.
Here, I found it. Thank you, Camila.
Yes.
Have we read this part or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, Oscar, can you read it for us, please?
When the Burmese python was designated as an invasive species, many agents and individuals began trying to put a stop to python invasion. The National Park Service started a program to study these animals in the Florida Everglades. Park Service scientists implanted the tracking device into 17 large pythons that were later re-released in the wild. They provided scientists with information regarding python behavior.
Okay. Any question about this part?
No.
No? Is that clear? Good. Tiago, can you read this next part for me, please? January.
In January 2013 to February 2013, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission ran a contest called the 2013 Python Challenge. The commission issued permits to hunt the snakes within state wildlife managed areas of the Everglades. 68 Burmese pythons were captured.
Okay, no problem about this part either.
Yes, it's okay.
No.
It's okay.
No problem.
Okay. Okay, today I'm going to break it up here. And I'd like to ask our dear Baianinha from Salvador to give it another try. Can you? Let's see
Really,
if
teacher?
today you are, yes, I want to see if you're more inspired today.
Okay. Later in 2013, Jason Leon was driving in a rural area near Florida City when he spotted a Burmese python head pro protruding
Protruding.
from the brush. The man was biologist and he was familiar with pythons. He approached the snake and pulled it out of the bush. The animal was bigger than he expected.
Okay. I think here there is another mistake. I think it's bush too, not brush.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
What is protruding, teacher?
Protruding.
Protruding. Yes. That's easy to understand. I think the word in Portuguese, as far as I remember, is pretty similar. The idea is he was driving, okay? And there was like bush, okay? Bush is like not very tall grass or small trees. We call it bush, okay? And he saw only the head of the python outside of the bush, like this, understand? He couldn't see the entire snake. He only saw the head coming out, protruding from the bush. Protruding, okay? There is a R. Protruding, okay? Understand?
Okay, teacher, understand.
Yeah, imagine you have like bush, and then in the middle of the bush, he saw only a little head. It was outside of the bush. And then he spotted, he saw and thought, oh, it's a python. But I would like you to imagine the surprise of the guy, okay? Because the man was a biologist. He was familiar with pythons. So he approached the snake and pulled it out of the bush.
Yeah, it's
But
normal
when
for him.
Yeah, but Oscar, when he pulled it out, I think he never thought it was going to be
It's
6
a
meters long.
big snack. Yeah, I know.
A big snake. Yeah.
A snake.
A snack we eat. A snack.
Yes.
Some people like to eat snakes too, but I
Oh,
don't.
me
okay?
not.
Yes.
I not.
So imagine the surprise because
I like a
just
steak.
I prefer to. A steak is better than a snake. Okay. So understand the idea. I think he must have been terrified because he, like, poo, 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 and the snake would not end.
Not
6
finished.
meters, exact 6 meters.
Wow. Yeah.
Never finish.
Yes. And did you pay attention to the weight of the snake? Can you guess this in kilos? How many kilos we are talking about? It was 128 pounds. Do you have any idea of this in kilos?
No.
Probably. I probably this snake here was heavier than most of the girls in this class.
Oh.
It's about 62 kilos, 63 kilos.
Wow.
Can you imagine a snake weighing about 62 kilos? And
Exactly 58.05 kilos.
Oh, Oscar, why did you destroy me? Okay, I didn't use a calculator.
I will help you. I will help you.
Thank you, Dan.
I find in my computer. Yeah.
Yes, no, I know it's divided by 2.2.
Yeah.
Okay, the exact is 2.2 pounds. Okay, is 1 kilo. But to round up,
it's like a white the person.
yes, that's what I said.
Yes.
Probably is heavier than many of the girls here.
Yes,
2.2 pounds is 1 kilo.
Yes,
So
yes.
if they ever ask you in English, like how, if you need a doctor, for example, they will ask you, how much do you weigh? If you tell him, I weigh 60 kilos, he's going to look at you, what? They don't have any idea of what is 1 kilo. So before answering this question, you need to get your weight in kilos multiplied by 2.2, and then you discover that you are about 132 pounds. Okay? Is that all right, Oscar? I did it
Yes.
by head again. Okay? So this, I think it is going to shock most of the girls because I have never seen a woman admitting that she weighs more than 100, okay?
Yeah.
So imagine, I weigh 150, okay? But it's 150 pounds, girls, okay? So it's not 150 kilos, okay?
Teacher,
Better.
we say I am.
I weigh.
I weigh. Okay.
I weigh like pounds,
Okay.
okay? And just a tip, if you ever go to a pharmacy or a place where they have a scale, you know, where you step and you can see your weight, don't freak out when you see the result, like I did, because I didn't know the scales were in pounds. And then what happened to me? After living in the United States for some time, like maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I thought to myself, Roberto, you're eating too much fast food. You're gaining weight. You have to control your weight. And then one day I was walking by a drugstore and I saw a scale and I thought, I'm going to weigh myself. When I stepped on the scale, I almost had a heart attack. Understand? Because it showed 210. And I was, oh my gosh, 210 kilos, it's not possible. I'll start a diet tomorrow. I can't weigh 210 kilos. Honestly, I didn't know the scales were in pounds. And then I went back home. I was so worried that I think I ate salad for almost 1 week. Only salad.
Oh my gosh.
And then I think it was in one of the classes, they were talking about weights and measurements. And then the teacher mentioned something about pounds. And then I said, what is that, teacher? Pounds. That's what we use to measure things. I said, to measure what? To weigh things. I said, to weigh things? So everything here is in pounds? He said, yes, all the scales, everything. And I said, not kilos? He said, no, we don't use kilos here. And I was, so when I step on the scale, it shows 210. What would that be in kilos? And he told me, well, you need to divide 210 by 2.2 and you can discover. And then I discovered I was only like 95 kilos. And then I thought, that's perfect. It's okay. I'm very tall. Understand? So I thought, I don't need to eat salad anymore. Okay. But it was shocking when I saw 210 kilos. Imagine, for example, Marcela, I know that you are very skinny. I have seen your photograph. I have seen your face. Imagine you step on the scale and you look there, 130, 140. You go crazy. Understand? All right?
All right.
Remember, it's in pounds. Also, if you say, for example, how tall are you? How tall are you? If you say, for example, I am 160, again, they don't understand anything. They don't have any idea of what you're saying because they don't use meters. They use foot and inches. So the first number, 1, is impossible. If you are 1 foot is 30 centimeters. Even babies are bigger than that. So they don't understand what you're saying. So what you need to do? This is a little bit complicated. If you are, for example, 150, in English you say, I'm 5 feet tall. That's it. Because 1 foot is 30 centimeters. 1 foot equal to 30 centimeters. So 5 feet equals to 150, right? Now,
Right.
the problem is the second number, because in English you always say, I'm 5'1", I'm 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", and you can go up to 5'11". After 5'11", you have 6. There is no 5'12", because 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. The second number here is always inches, and the first number, feet. I will give you my example, and then you can think about your case. I am 185, okay? So 180 is 6 feet tall, right? But I have the 5 centimeters is approximately, okay, Oscar, 2 inches.
Yeah, 2 inches. Yeah.
So in English, when they ask me, how tall are you? I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
Okay? 185. If you are, for example, 170 in Portuguese, of course. In English, you're going to say, I am 5'10". Okay? Complicated?
Teacher, only United States use this system, right?
I'm not sure if Canada has changed it, but they use it the
Canada
same
is
system.
Canada is foot, inches, miles.
Yeah, it's the same.
Really?
You see, the
I
British.
think the United States is both.
I was in
Ah,
Canada, was
Yeah.
meters and kilometers.
Yeah,
too.
but they changed it back because
Yes.
Change it
people
back?
got
Oh, okay.
confused. Understand?
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
All the signs were in kilometers, but people would always reply in miles because they couldn't understand. Okay, there was yes, Oscar.
No, in the United States, in the roads, in the highways, it's the only miles.
Yes.
Yes, only miles.
There has been a study, Oscar. There has been a study, and you know what they concluded? It would take about 100 years for them to learn to use the metric system. You can say, no, that's not possible. Yes, because everything is in the English system. So just for you to have an idea, as a civil engineer, it would be necessary to change all the plans, all the designs of everything.
No, it's not necessary.
Yes, they don't want to do that because of the cost of it. So
yes.
Yeah, for example, you have your house, you register your house, and in the deed is like I don't know how to say this in Portuguese. Deed is the contract that you register your house.
Escritura.
What is this?
Escritura.
Thank you, Erica. Maybe that's
Yes,
the word.
escritura. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, in English you say deed. In the deed, it shows the size, right, Oscar?
Yes. Yes.
So imagine, for example, you have there, your house is 240 square meters, all right?
Yes.
But they don't use meters. So you are going to find there that your house is 2,400 square yards.
Yes.
They use yards, they don't use meters. So you need to multiply by almost 10. And imagine changing all the deeds of all the properties, impossible.
High costs.
Yes,
Yeah.
changing all the signs in all the roads, impossible.
Wow.
Okay. In England, they tried, but they gave up. It was impossible. Okay. So they are back to the old English system, which makes no sense at all. Do you know how they calculated these guys? Do you have any idea?
No.
No,
Never stop to think about?
Yeah,
no.
1 foot is about 30 centimeters, right?
Right.
Right.
1 inch is about 2.54 centimeters.
Yes.
1 yard is about 90 centimeters. You can say, but where did they get this stupid system? From the king. 30 centimeters was the size of the foot of the king at the time they established the English system. 1 inch was the size of the thumb of the king, 2.54 centimeters in the thumb.
So,
Wow, I didn't know.
Yes, Oscar. And yard.
What king? What king that time?
Yes.
Yes, what
It
king that
must
time?
be John fucking King, understand? Because
I agree.
the guy was so stupid
Yeah.
that he
Mainly the second name.
yes, because he standardized the metric system, the English system based on his dimension. So imagine this.
Wow.
A yard, you know what's yard? Is the distance from the nose of the king to the finger of the king, like with the arms open.
Wow. I don't
Give me
believe.
a break. When I discovered, I couldn't believe it.
tenha dó.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
sorry, this expression doesn't exist in English. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ghislaine, can you read this part for me? After struggle with the animal.
Okay. After I struggle with the animal, Leon killed it. The Burmese phaeton was 128 pounds and longer than 18 feet. Leon contacted the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, which agreed to pick up and examine the snake. The snake was found to be the largest ever in the state of Florida.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, the state later issued a statement. Okay. Any question about this part or no?
No.
No. Okay.
No, no.
Good. Gloria, can you read this part for me, please? Jason, Leon's nighttime.
Jason Leon's nighttime sight and capture of a Burmese python of more than 18 feet in length is a notable accomplishment that set a Florida record. The Florida Wildlife Commission is grateful to him both for safely removing such a large Burmese python and for reporting its capture.
I have a curiosity question, Gloria. Are you in your house in the same place that you usually have classes, or you are in a different place?
In same place, teacher.
Because your internet today is fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
Very, very clear.
Wasn't it? Isn't it, Oscar?
Yes.
Because
very,
in
very
the
clear.
past few days, I was listening to you like, Jesus,
Yes.
Today is very, very clear.
You were speaking just like Darth Vader in the movie Star Wars. Okay?
Like a ghost.
Yes, but today was beautiful,
like
Gloria.
Yeah.
Beautiful, perfect.
It's
okay?
clear.
Clear and perfect. Excellent.
And perfect.
No questions.
Teacher, sighting.
Sighting.
What is
Sighting.
this?
To see, visualizing, to sight.
Okay. Thank
Oh, the verb is to sight. In every big city, New York, Toronto, Vancouver, London, you have a bus for tourists called sightseeing buses, okay? Usually it's a double-decker. Tourists go, they love to sit on the second floor, which is open. Then the buses passes in front of all the touristy attractions, and you can take pictures from the bus. If you want to get off, you can get off and catch the next bus. It's a sightseeing bus.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember, I talked about this before. The IGH, when I have it in a word, it's always pronounced I. Okay? So today, they are trying to change the language. And in many places, for example, instead of writing
Yes.
tonight, they write tonight.
Tonight.
Okay? Instead of writing night, they write night. And instead of writing site, they write site. That's what everybody uses on the internet, a site. That's where, when you open a site, you have a view of the company. You have a view of the things. It's a site. You see?
Okay.
That's
Yes.
the origin of the word site.
Okay. Thank you.
Another question?
No.
No.
Okay. Regina, can you just finish this part for me? It's very fast. Despite these efforts.
Despite these efforts, the population of Burmese pythons continued to grow. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission held another contest in 2016 called the 2016 Python Challenge.
Very good. Any question about this part or no?
No.
No.
No. No.
Have you ever heard about any habitat or any environmental change like the one described there in Brazil? I'd like to finalize this class with this question. Have we ever had any increase in the number of a certain species that it became like invasive species?
Pantanal?
What happened there?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember too.
Here, next in South Santa Catarina, there is an species caramujo.
Okay.
How to say caramujo?
I don't know what kind it is, but usually they say snails.
Snails, and the people brought another place, another country, and
Infested.
grow up many in many places.
But is it dangerous?
Yes, dangerous.
But does it cause any disease or something like that?
No, dangerous because they are eating. Oh my gosh.
They eat other species.
No. Oh my gosh.
They are not eating gosh, that's for sure. They are eating my gosh. No, my gosh. No, they're not eating gosh. God is safe.
It's dangerous, only dangerous, but I don't know what to say.
I think they are invasive.
Invasive.
Yes, they from Africa.
Yes.
Here
yes.
Yes. The last year there was a lot
of snails too.
Yes, snail from Africa.
Yes,
and how did they get there? Somebody brought them, or they came in a ship or something like that?
I don't
Swimming.
What, Oscar?
Swimming.
No, and this,
These snails
no,
must be
it's
the best swimmers in the world.
no,
It's no swimming. It's in a
I'm joking.
grass, in the grass,
I'm kidding.
on the grass.
Yeah, no, but Camila said some snails from Africa. And I said, but how did they get there? Oscar said, swimming from Africa to somewhere.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys.
Sometimes they come on ships, understand? They get attached to the outside of the ship, and then when the ship docks, they fall into the water. And if they can reproduce faster, that's a pest, okay?
They introduced to Brazil for food.
They came in food?
Yes.
Yes, it's dangerous.
Yes.
How can I say barriga d'água?
That's a tropical disease.
it's a disease.
Sure, it's not a water belly, okay?
Yes, it's a disease.
I know, I've heard this name, but this is a tropical disease.
Yeah, but from
I've never, I never.
Snail.
Is it? Is it? I've never heard of any case of this disease in the United States, okay?
Okay.
I will even ask my friend Google.
Yes.
But I think there is no equivalent. No.
He translates as belly of water.
Yeah, which makes no sense, understand?
Yes.
Maybe hora how can I?
No,
Belly
Google
of
says
water?
belly of water. But
What
it
is
doesn't
belly?
exist.
What is
Belly is
belly?
barriga.
Yes.
Yeah, but
What
you
is
see,
what is belly?
barriga. If you say this to an American, a belly of water, he's going to say, what? He doesn't have any idea of what you're trying to say. Okay?
What is popular name? I don't know how the scientific name.
The scientist is angiostrongyliase abdominal.
What?
Wow.
Did you say something bad about my mother? That sound.
It's a big word.
Abdominal.
Regina, I've never heard this name in my entire life. Okay?
Esquitosomose. This is the name.
No, many
diseases.
Many diseases.
Esquistosomose.
Esquitosomose. And they translate it schistosomiasis.
Simiasis. Simiasis is English.
Yes.
Simiasis, I'm familiar, but the first part.
Schistosomiasis.
Okay.
It's like a verminosis, teacher.
No, for disease, for esquistosomose, fasciolose, meningite eosinófila,
I'm sorry, that is too technical for me, okay? I'm not familiar with any of those names, okay? Terrible names, oh my gosh. But I think when somebody mentioned something about the Pantanal, wasn't it concerning the number of alligators?
Yes.
Because for a time, I remember the Brazilian government prohibit killing alligators. And then since it was not possible to kill them, they started breeding at such a velocity that they became out of control. The number of alligators got out of control. Just for you to have an idea, they started invading villages and dwellings looking for food because they couldn't find their food in their habitat. Understand? So every time we interfere in the nature, we always have consequences, okay? All right.
Alligator? What is this? Alligator?
Jackaroo.
It's a type of a crocodile. I would prefer to see you imitating the sound of an alligator than translating it. Okay, Maria da Glória? Okay? I would like to see how you would imitate the sound of an alligator.
Alligator,
Okay?
no, have sound, teacher.
I know. Alligator is a cousin of the crocodile, but in Brazil we have no crocodiles. Okay, we have
Oh,
alligators.
jacaré.
Okay.
Jacaré.
Yeah.
Jacaré.
Jacaré.
Girls, I think it's time to say goodbye because
Goodbye.
I'm terrible tonight.
Have a nice
Roberto,
weekend.
today is Friday, Roberto. Today is Friday.
Thank God, you know the expression TJIF, okay? TJIF, okay? Like, thank God. It is Friday.
Yes, yes.
We can speak like Jacaré.
Yeah. Well, but in a certain way, a jacaré was better than saying, "Oh, teacher, is that the dancer from the old, the dancer from the old band, the Chan."
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
Have you all a
Goodbye,
great,
teacher.
yeah, have you all a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday here, okay?
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Have a good weekend for all.
Yes,
Thank
too.
you, Oscar.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye, alligators.
Ah,
See you later.
alligators.
Yeah, like they say in
After a
English, see you
while,
later.
crocodile.
Now
After
you
a
learn
while.
it, huh?
After a while, crocodile.
Yes. See you later, alligators. After a while, crocodiles. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.